Every morning at exactly 7 o'clock, the same elderly man sat on the old wooden bench in Maple Park. Rain or shine, winter or summer, he was always there. He carried a small notebook and a paper cup of coffee. Most people walked past without noticing him. But 16-year-old Emma, who jogged through the park every morning, couldn't help but wonder why he never missed a single day. One morning, Emma finally gathered the courage to sit beside him. "Do you come here every day?" she asked. The old man smiled. "For 52 years. Emma's eyes widened. He gently opened his notebook. Inside were hundreds of handwritten letters. Every page began with the same words. Dear Margaret. He explained that he and Margaret had met on that very bench when they were teenagers. It became their favorite place. Every anniversary, every birthday, every important decision, they returned to the same bench. When Margaret became ill many years later, she made him one promise. "Keep telling me about your days, so I'll never stop hearing your stories." Margaret had passed away 15 years ago. But every morning, he still came. He still brought coffee for two. He still wrote her a letter describing everything he had seen since yesterday. Emma realized he wasn't waiting for someone to arrive. He was keeping a promise. Weeks turned into months. Emma began joining him every Friday morning. She listened to his stories. Sometimes they laughed. Sometimes they sat quietly watching the sunrise. One spring morning, the familiar bench was empty. Instead, his notebook rested neatly in the center. The final page simply read, "Dear Margaret, I think it's finally time for our next walk together. Thank you for every sunrise." Emma closed the notebook with a smile. From that day on, every Friday morning, she sat on the same bench. Not because she was lonely, but because some stories deserve to be remembered. The people we love may leave our side, but the promises we keep allow their stories to live on. Sometimes the greatest way to honor someone is simply to remember them and to pass their kindness on to someone else.